Hello everyone, Heather here from Felt Mercantile, and we are on day 9 of our DIY Advent Calendar series. If you're just joining us, be sure to check out those past videos, and today we will be working on some stuffing, which is a part of a series within a series, where yesterday we made a turkey leg. Today we're doing stuffing, and I will show you what materials you'll need in a second. But first, if you've been liking this series, please give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget to comment and let me know how you've been liking these videos, if you have any suggestions for future videos, and definitely subscribe and hit that alert button so you stay up to date with all the videos we'll be posting in December. So let me show you the project today. I have cut out these plus shapes here. So this one here is a cream colored felt. We've also got a plus shape of the light brown heather colored felt. You'll be needing tiny squares of the dark brown heathered felt and tiny squares in the tan. So you're going to need 10 pieces of each of these pieces, so 40 in total. This is an easy project to sew, but it is time consuming in the tiny little bits that it takes. So let's get started. Also, we've got the tan for this project here. We've got the light brown for this project here. I like to use one that's tone that's in between the two colors. And then we will also be needing our needle, some polyfill, and the pokey stick will definitely come in handy for this project. All right, so let me get my needle threaded here and I will show you how to sew these pieces. Okay, I'm back and I've got my needle threaded with the tan thread. I'm going to show you on the cream piece, so it might be a bit easier to see. So just pick a side that you want to make the outside and the inside, and then you're going to want to put your needle through one of the bottom corners of the edges of the plus here, just so we can hide our knot. Then you will fold over these pieces to make an edge, and we're just going to whip stitch along the top here. Now, like I said, this project is super easy to sew, but it takes a good long while. Just to give you an idea, I just finished sewing all the 20 pieces and I had to refilm the beginning of the video because it was daytime when I started and it's dark now. So for consistency's sake for you guys, I decided to give it a refilm. So now that we've got to the top corner here, you're just going to go in and we're going to come out at the top corner of this side of the plus. Gonna fold that over and whip stitch down to the bottom. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series so far. The turkey leg yesterday was quite fun to make, and this guy, although it is tedious, this project, it is going to end up looking really cool, so I'm really happy with it. Tomorrow we will be learning how to do mashed potatoes and gravy. Also up this week I've got tutorials for all kinds of other projects in the dinner series, but if you would like to see more food, let me know down below. If you'd like to see more decor or decorations, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue with these ideas that I have. So same deal, we're just going to come up at the bottom corner of the plus. We're going to fold that over and continue to whip stitch. Now 20 pieces total, so I did 10 of the cream and 10 of the light heathered brown. That seems to be a good amount for the size of finished product I want to create. So you can make more, you can make a little less, but 20 seems to be like a good number, so I would suggest doing the 20. Same as before, we're going to our last edge here. Just putting that right in the corner. And I think this is the easiest way to sew this, considering I just finished sewing 20 of them. I think I got it down to an art now. Could probably do this in my sleep, but not recommended. So once we get down to the very edge, we're just going to take, see, we've got a little almost thimble shape there. So we're just going to take a bit of polyfill, just a little tiny bit. I just use the stick to help me out here, just to make sure that is all inside as much as you can. Put the tan piece over top here, and we're just going to whip stitch around the edge, the top edge. So I chose 2 tones, well, 4, but 2-tone per each square, or cube I should say, because I did make this project before a while ago, and I made it all 1-tone brown, and I gotta tell you, it did look like dog kibble. So I do suggest using a couple different felts in this project just to give it some different color. And I am using the different tones. I don't know about your family, but mine always used the white bread and whole wheat bread for our stuffing. So it's a shout out to them. Can't be with them this year, but I will be making a large Christmas dinner that my kids can pick at. And I will have leftovers for days. It's going to be a lot of turkey. So we'll just finish the top edge of this piece. And once we're done that, you're going to want to do this over again with all the 20 pieces that you've cut. So this is a shorter video, but it's probably one of the more time-consuming projects that I have listed in the tutorial series so far, just because it's so finicky, tiny little pieces. But if you've got nothing but time, like a lot of us these days, then that shouldn't be a problem. It's nice to learn something new too. It gives you a chance to practice your sewing skills, so highly recommend sticking to it. It will take a couple hours. I sew pretty quick and it took me a couple hours, so just so you're aware up front. So now that we have finished that piece, I'm just going to cut off that thread. I will show you here all the other ones that I've made. It took a good long while to sew all these little chunks, but now we've got our stuffing. So you could leave it like this if you've got older kids, but if you're like me and have tiny kids, I suggest stitching it all together, which I'll show you in a sec. And also they are perfect mouth size pieces, so not the best for little kids unless you're going to be sewing it all into one big chunk. So let me get set up and I will show you how to finish this up. Okay, so I have set up 10 of the pieces just kind of haphazardly in a shape that I would like for the final product. Then I'm just going to take my thread and kind of sew all these pieces together. So you can hold them together and kind of cheat and go through 3 at once. Oh, and then if they do come apart, just kind of push them back together. Then you'll want to be going from, make your stitch as close to the out stitch that you made, just to kind of hide them in the project so you don't see them. Then I'll attach these three together. So make sure that you don't get any loops on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, we're just sticking them together right now. We can reinforce it later on. So final four. Just want to come through this piece and the outside pieces. I just kind of squish it down with my hand while I'm sewing through them. And once you get them all attached together, you can start adding the top pieces. So this is just to reinforce. I'll put the final one right here, and we'll just take a large pass through everything again. All right, so now that we have anchored all of these pieces here, we're just going to start coming in with our top pieces and filling that out. So this is just going to take me a second. I'm pretty sure you get the basic idea of it. So I will come back in a moment and show you the finished product. Okay, we are all done. So I've sewed them all together. They're all nice and sturdy there, and we've got a nice little portion size. So that is what 20 pieces looks like. So if you wanted to be larger, use more pieces. You could go smaller, but then it's kind of not really looking like anything. So I think 20 is kind of the minimum you need to make it look like a nice little portion size. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I like this project the way it is, and I'm going to leave it, but if you want to add more detail to it, you can needle felt or embroider in tiny little green specks just to give it a little bit more detail, maybe some herbs. Whatever you put in your Thanksgiving stuffing, you can just kind of personalize it the way you like, but this is our project for today, and I hope you enjoyed the second video in the mini series, which is the 9th video of the DIY series. This is getting confusing. I really got to stop using this mini series. But this is part 2 of our turkey dinner for Christmas. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that alert button to stay up to date on all our videos. I'm excited for tomorrow, and I hope that I will see you there. Thanks, guys, and bye.